my awareness was, the first time I got interviewed at the company that my father works for, the manager said to me, Michael, just based on your name, I'll bring you in tomorrow. And I was one of those non-traditional students. So I had, not finished my college education. I had, gotten an associate's, but, kept, pushing it off. And he said, when somebody asks you, where did you graduate from? What are you going to say? Your father graduated from X, Y, and Z. And so what are you going to say? And I'm like, okay. And that was enough to get me to go back to school. But it was that comparison that happened. And then the first time you're walking through the office or walking through a company event that's outside of the office, even bigger, and there, you've got the name tag on, and hey, you're Marty's son. And so then there's this awareness of that you didn't have at home, what an impact Dad had made in the world outside of the house, if that makes sense. And then there was that, I think the tug of war was a little different for me than what you were talking about, but I think the tug of war was, this is the way Dad did things. I don't know if that's the way I want to do things, if that makes sense. And so for me, the exploration was like finding the Purposeful Planning Institute and having a conversation with Jay Hughes and just starting to look at this thing and say, there's more to wealth than just money. There's wealth in the knowledge and the values and whatnot of the family. And I wouldn't have discovered all of that stuff and gotten to the point where I have my own podcast and I'm like, I am this guy, and I just like doing this work, but as you were going through those pieces, I can in the different steps, I can definitely feel how that was my life.
I'm so surprised. I just assumed you did everything the way Marty did it.
Right. And, we have an even closer connection that you don't know this, but my father, his mother had 4 boys and she put all 4 boys into the seminary. Only one came out a priest, but she knew that if she put 4 in, there was a pretty good
she had odds. I love it. And it's not uncommon for people who grow up in prominent families to struggle with school. So it's a great example. I did, right? I didn't go, oh, great, I'm going straight for what I want to do. It took a long time to kind of sort it all out.
Yeah. And I think, in hindsight, I can look back and say, Dad was successful. He was the first generation wealth creator. Again, not, super proud of Dad. He's done incredible, but we're not talking, Walmart, Walton wealth, but definitely, top 3% of America kind of a thing, done really, really well for himself. And I, as the oldest, I watched it to go from point A to point B. I was in the very first house that was, very blue collar, very, and in the second house where it was very, middle America. And then watch them the year I went to college for the first time. They, moved into this neighborhood and into this house that I was like, man, my sisters have got it great. And my brother, they're living large now. That's fun.